In September of 2022, we did a Viking Rhine River Cruise. The cruise started in Amsterdam and went down the Rhine to Basil, Switzerland. The trip is actually only one way, but we did a double trip and went back up the Rhine. Unlike other places we stopped, we only hit here once, and it was rainy. However, I don't doctor photos, so this is the sky we saw. The Colmar Pocket War Museum is located in the town of Turkheim. Since this is about the museum and the Colmar Pocket battles, I won't say a whole lot about the town itself, except that it's been around since Roman times. Much like the rest of Alsace, the town was part of France or Germany, off and on for about 500 years, finally ending up in France at the end of World War II. And I think there's a pretty good chance that it's going to stay here. The museum is located in the heart of the medieval town, located in a small 18th century cellar. The work of the volunteers and successive chairmen helped the Memorial Museum become famous not only within France, but also beyond their borders, all through Europe and in the USA, and someday they're hoping the whole world. I highly recommend, if you get anywhere near here, to come to this museum. And please make a donation. Again, it's all volunteers. This is not one of those well-funded, fancy, lighted, high-end, you're afraid you're going to knock something over kind of museum. It has a video about the Colmar Pocket battles and displays a lot of the accoutrements of war. Pieces of airplane engines, cannons, various armaments, small arms, you know, all the stuff we humans use to kill each other. This museum is not one-sided either. It's not just the Allies that have displays here. There are displays from both sides. One of the things many people don't realize is that when Germany annexed the Alsace regions, the men were forced, at the potential risk of not just their lives but their families, if they refused to join the German army and then eventually fight against their own countrymen. I'm not sure we as Americans can fully understand that type of situation. As I mentioned before, if you visit any place in the area, you should try to get here. It's worth the trip. And please support their efforts. Buy a book or just make a donation. Of course, this is just my opinion, but to me it just seems that a lot of work has been done here to tell a story and document the history and struggle of this area. A lot of blood was spilled here, according to the book I bought at the museum, The Savage Battle of the Colmar Pocket, winter 1944 to 1945. 8,000 Americans, approximately 16,000 French, 22,000 Germans, with over 16,000 prisoners taken, all between December 15th of 44 and February of 45. And this doesn't even mention civilians. A war cemetery in Sigolsheim, France, for the American units who fought under the French command and liberated the area during the pocket battles. It is also the site of over 1,600 French graves of soldiers who died for France during World War II. This hill is called Blood Mountain, named by the Germans because of the horrific battle. In Ostheim, on this remaining wall of an old church, there is a plexiglass plaque in French, German, and English recounting the liberation of the town. You can actually see the wall standing in the old war photo. The Holtzwehr Memorial to Audie Murphy. On January 26, 1945, a 19-year-old second lieutenant, Audie Murphy, was commanding a Company B of the 15th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division, near the French village of Holtzwehr, when 6 German tanks and several hundred infantrymen attacked his company. Murphy ordered his men to fall back to defensive positions in nearby woods while he covered their withdrawal while firing a .50 caliber machine gun from a burning tank that had been hit by German fire from this very ditch. For over an hour, he slowed the German advance while his men regrouped and continued to call artillery on his own position. Wounded in the leg, he continued to fire for over an hour. He then led his company in a counterattack, halting the German advance. His only comment after it was all over was, "It was the first time in 3 days my feet were warm." If you see the movie To Hell and Back, they actually portray the action in the summer, but it was really in the winter. And this monument was set up by the citizens of the town.